Do you want to maximize your credit score? Well, you're in the right place. Let's get into the nuts and bolts of it. A credit score, as you might already know, is more than just a number. It's like your financial report card, reflecting your credit worthiness to lenders, landlords, and even potential employers. A high credit score can open doors to lower interest rates on loans, better chances at loan approvals, and even more negotiating power. But what makes up this magic number? Well, your credit score is a blend of 5 key categories. Imagine it as a pie, divided into 5 slices of different sizes. The largest slice, taking up 35% of the pie, is your payment history. This tells lenders whether you've been good at paying your bills on time. It's the most significant factor in your credit score, so if you're consistently late on your payments, your credit score could take a hit. Next is credit utilization, which accounts for 30% of your score. This is the ratio of your outstanding credit card balances to your credit card limits. In simpler terms, it's how much of your available credit you're using. The lower your credit utilization, the better for your score. 15% of your score is based on credit age, which is the average age of all your credit accounts. Lenders like to see a long history of good credit, so the older your accounts, the better. Then there's credit mix, which makes up 10% of your score. This looks at the different types of credit you have, such as credit cards, student loans, or mortgages. A diverse credit mix can boost your score. Lastly, we have inquiries, which also contribute to 10% of your score. These are the number of times lenders check your credit history. Too many inquiries in a short time can lower your score. So now that you know what influences your credit score, let's dive into how you can improve it. First things first, you need to clean up your credit. Now you might be thinking, but I pay my bills on time. That's great, but it's not just about timely payments. Any negative items on your credit report, like charge-offs, can put a damper on your credit score. Charge-offs are debts that a creditor has given up on collecting after you've missed several payments. They stop reporting, but they don't just disappear, they linger on your credit report. So how do you clean these up? Contact the credit bureaus, dispute the charge-offs, and request their removal. It might take some time and patience, but it's worth it. Remember, a clean credit report is like a clean slate. It's a fresh start. It's your opportunity to build a strong credit foundation. Once your credit is clean, you're ready to move on to the next step. Next up, it's time to add some trade lines to your credit report. Now you might be thinking, what in tarnation is a trade line? Simply put, it's any account that shows up on your credit report. This could be a credit card, a car loan, or even a mortgage. By adding trade lines, you're giving the credit bureaus more data to work with, and more data can lead to a better credit score. Now, there's a few ways you can go about this. You could use a service like Self-Lender or Kickoff, which are designed to help you build credit. Or you could use a card you already have. The key here is to make sure you're using your credit responsibly. That means paying your bills on time, every time. Remember, every positive action you take, every on-time payment, it all adds up to a healthier credit score. With trade lines added, you're well on your way to maximizing your credit score. The final step in maximizing your credit score is adding authorized users to your account. Now, don't go adding just about anyone. The trick is in the selection. You're looking for users that have high age accounts, low credit utilization, and an impeccable payment history. Let's dive a little deeper into what exactly we mean by these parameters. A high age account refers to a credit account that's been active for a good long while, ideally over 10 years. Why does this matter, you might ask? Well, the age of your credit accounts plays a significant role in your credit score. When you add an authorized user with a 10-year-old account, it averages out the age of your accounts, giving your credit score a nice little boost. Next up, we have credit utilization. This is essentially the percentage of your available credit that you're using. The lower, the better. You want to aim for users with a utilization under 10%. This means they're not maxing out their credit cards and are managing their credit responsibly. When such a user is added to your account, it positively reflects on your credit utilization, pushing that credit score up a notch. Lastly, we have payment history. This is a record of whether the user has been making payments on time. A perfect payment history is just what it sounds like. No late payments, no missed payments, just consistent on-time payments. And when you add a user with a perfect payment history to your account, it's like adding a star player to your team. It significantly improves your own payment history and consequently, your credit score. Now, here's the cherry on top. Adding authorized users won't lead to an inquiry on your credit report. That's right, no inquiries, no hits to your credit. It's a win-win situation. By following these steps, you're on your way to a maximized credit score. Now, isn't that a sweet deal? Sweet. So, you've learned how to maximize your credit score. Now it's time to put your knowledge into action. Let's quickly recap the steps. First, ensure that your credit is squeaky clean by removing any lingering negative items. Then, bolster your report by adding some trade lines for yourself, ideally with a card you already have or with trusted platforms like Self-Lender or Kickoff. Lastly, consider adding authorized users to your account. But remember to be strategic. Choose users with a credit age of 10 or more years and a utilization under 10%. They should also have a perfect credit payment history. By following these steps, you'll not only avoid any unnecessary inquiries, but also give a significant boost to all other categories of your credit report. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And remember, a high credit score is within your reach.